I genuinely do believe that you can achieve anything you want to. And it's kind of backed up by neuroscience. Hi, I'm Malma. Welcome back to Amongst the Lilies. Let's talk about achieving your dreams, however wild they might be. I made a short about this a while back, and basically, if you set a goal or set whatever it is you're wanting to do with your life as a matter of fact thing that has to happen, and I'm not talking about the whole manifestation tactic of just being like, this is happening, this is totally happening, this is happening, and you just feel crazy. Not that. That can work for some people, but what I'm talking more about is I have no other choice than to make this happen. There are so many things that will happen to you in your life where you don't have a choice, unfortunately. Maybe you get injured, or you damage your car, or you run out of food. All of those things, you have to do something about it because you have to survive. You have to get more food. You have to have transport. You have to take care of yourself. If you get a diagnosis, you have to do whatever you can to help yourself in that situation because you don't want to die. And imagine if you took that energy, that mindset, but put it towards your dreams, things that you want to do in your life. It could be anything. It doesn't even have to be like your big career, like dream career. It could just be a place you want to go travel to. Let's use San Francisco as an example because this is something that I made happen. So, back in 2024, I ended a relationship with someone I was with for a very long time. They were abusing me, and I was stuck living with them for 6 months after we broke up. It was horrible. I do not recommend. I needed to get away. Did I have the funds? Didn't feel like it. And as you might know or not know, I am an artist. I make stickers, prints, accessories. I'm an illustrator. And I am friends with someone that I used to just be a huge fan of, and I can't believe we're friends, but her name is Elizabeth. She's known as the Peach Fuzz. You can find her on Instagram. She makes just such cute stuff. Big inspiration for me, believing that I could have my own art business and everything. But anyway, we had joked about me visiting, and then we got serious about it, and I was like, I'm gonna come visit you. And I said somewhere between August and October of 2024. And that was before the breakup happened. And so then I was like, I have to make this happen. And I just treated it like my life depended on it. I've made another video where I say live like your life depends on it. And go watch that too, because it's not going to be exactly the same perspective I give in this video. But yeah, I was like, I have to do this. I have to get out of here for a little while. And I couldn't move away. So I searched up the cheapest way to get there, cheapest flights, all the little hacks to get the lowest prices to pop up, right? And I bought the tickets way ahead of time to get them when they were cheaper. And in my situation, I had a friend I could stay with, the friend I was going to see. So that helped me out with lodging, obviously, and transport, which San Francisco, you can walk a lot of places or take the bus. So that was really helpful. But if that weren't the case, like, let's say I didn't have a friend there to stay with, which that's another thing about travel is you can make friends as you travel, and then you basically have these checkpoints where you can have a place to stay or someone to meet up with, someone that could be your transport while you're there. That's amazing. Obviously, don't fake friendships to make that happen. Make real friendships with people. Because why are you traveling anyway? You want to see new places, but you also want to make connections with people and meet new people that you wouldn't meet otherwise. So, anyway, I had that. If I didn't have that, what I would probably do is find a travel forum of some kind, or do some research and try to get into the local scene. Something that I considered doing was signing up for a local market there, and I was going to bring my art to sell. But logistically, that didn't really work for me at the time. If I could drive, it would definitely be easier than taking all of that stuff on a flight. But anyway, that's what I would do. But you see how I'm problem solving here. I have to get from point A to point B. I have to. So what needs to happen? And your brain goes into problem solving mode, and these steps to get you where you need to be start to rise up out of the ground, and you see a path forward. And that really doesn't naturally happen unless you treat it like life or death, basically. Our brains are wired to survive. And unfortunately, that is what causes us so much stress and anxiety. But if you're able to shift that to you reaching your dreams and your goals, it can happen. And there is neuroscience behind this. I am not a scientist. I studied communication in college, so I can communicate this to you. But I highly recommend you look up the whole neuroscience behind manifestation, but it's just realizing your goals and helping them materialize. I'll give another example of something that I did. And this is where I'm pushing the limits on this a little bit. It's going to seem a little bit illogical. And around this time, I knew it was illogical. It felt illogical, but I was doing it anyway. I was calling it my Delulu power to my friend. And here's the story. So, Chapel Roan was set to play in my town. And when I found out about it, immediately I was kind of down because I was like, ain't no way I'm gonna afford those tickets. So I just kind of was like, well, I'm probably not gonna be able to go to the concert, but that's okay. I'll just run into her. I'll just accidentally meet her on happenstance. We'll just end up in the same place. I was like, something better or equivalent to me seeing that show is gonna happen. And I wasn't too butthurt about not being able to go to the show because a few months before I saw her at Bonnaroo. Amazing show. Very good. But anyway, I wasn't too butthurt about it. I was like, let everybody else go see her. But around that time, me and my friend from San Francisco had thought up a product together. It was something that I originally made out of polymer clay and some resin, and it was a butterfly bolo tie. And I made it inspired by Chapel Roan's Coachella butterfly look. And she knows a lot more about manufacturing and sourcing products to be made in bulk because you can't, with the volume of customers she has, you can't hand make every single thing. It just would not work. So, with her expertise, she was like, let's make this a bolo tie that we collab on together. And it was so exciting. So, we put our heads together and made that happen. And I had some that I was selling at markets, local art markets, stuff like that. And the day before the concert, I was selling them, and this girl comes up and she's like, "Oh my gosh, you have Chapel Roan stuff." I have a bumper sticker that has Chapel's tramp stamp that says princess on it. And I also have a little car sticker that says, "Is it casual now?" We were talking about the upcoming concert and how hard it was to get tickets. I heard that stuff sold out really fast. And she said, honestly, the only reason that I am able to go is because I work for the AMP. So I was able to get tickets early. And then she was like, the staff is putting together a gift basket for Chapel. And I want to buy your bolo tie to give to her. And I was like, yeah, yeah. And so she bought it from me. I would have given it to her for free, honestly, to give to her because that's just amazing. But she had me write a little note on the card that the bolo tie comes on, and I kept up with. She said she would keep me updated on getting it to her and everything. She did leave with the bolo tie. She did not leave with the entire gift basket. So she did pick out the bolo tie out of all of the things, which is really cool. It is probably one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me. And sure, I didn't meet her, but she literally has something that I designed. Will she ever wear it? Has she ever worn it? I have no idea. I would love to know. Maybe someday I'll see a picture of her wearing it. But that's what I'm talking about. If you demand more, you'll get more. It may not be exactly what you said, but it'll be more than what you were gonna have by doing nothing. And so that kind of goes along with the done is better than perfect thing. It's good to put a lot of effort and attention and intention into the things that you make, but you also can ponder on things for so long that it never gets out. People need to hear what you have to say. They need the things that you're creating. You have to get it out there. Oh, also, the day before the concert, a friend of mine said that they couldn't go to the concert and they sold me their ticket at face value, which was the lowest price. And then another friend called me with the same news. And so I got to get the other one for my best friend. So we both ended up being able to go to the concert. It was amazing. Anyway, the other thing about this, talking about how people need the things that you have. They need the things that you have to say. They need to hear those things. They need to have the things that you're creating. You need to be putting what you do out into the world. You need to be expressing yourself. It is what makes you human. It is what you're here for if you're creative. Trust me. You are at your best when you are able to do that. And when you have an idea, that idea basically exists. It's not just in your head, it exists in a lot of people's heads. It's kind of not an aura, but it's like an energy, basically. It's like a collective consciousness of sorts. And so if you don't act on that idea, if you don't make your idea happen, somebody else will. And it usually happens pretty quick. I've had that happen to me so many times. And also, being friends with other creatives, sometimes we have the same idea at the same time. And so I've gotten in the habit of if we seem very much on the same wavelength creatively and I think of something, I let them know so that we don't copy each other. We can like switch it up a little bit, you know what I mean? But not straight up doing the same exact thing because that can get messy. But yeah, if you don't do it, someone else will. So you should. Every once in a while, I do have an idea that I'm like, I'm not passionate enough about this to make it happen. But I know someone else probably will be. And then I just let it go. But for the things that you genuinely want to do, you got to do it. You got to jump on it. Don't think too much about it. Just do. And you can look back and fix things up later. Like posts, you can edit those. Videos, you can remake it. You can literally not even delete the old one and just make a new one. And some people might be like, I feel like I've seen this before, but considering how much content people are making, just make what you want. If you really want to redo a video, go for it. If you want to make a new video and then reference the old one and be like, this is the new improved version, do that. Anyway, the point is, the things that you want to do and say have value, whatever that is, even if it's not for someone else, even if it's just things you want to do, places you want to go, places you want to explore, people you want to meet, just where you want to go with your life is so valuable. That's what keeps the world moving. It's people wanting to move and not thinking too hard about it and just doing it. I guess we should also talk about what happens when you don't listen to yourself and you don't make those things happen that you want to do. I think it was the interview with Anthony Padilla on Last Meals, Mythical Kitchen's Last Meals. They said, I've gone the route where I didn't take risks and I still failed, so you might as well fail while taking a risk. And I very much agree. I think that if you don't do the things that you want with your life, you're going to be sad. You're going to compare your life to the ones that you see that are doing the things you want to do, and you just get bitter. And your life is too short to let that happen. You can do the things you want to do, even if you feel stuck financially, logistically, because you're not alone. And also, people are rooting for you. If you're worried about traveling because you have a pet, I can guarantee you there's someone who would take care of that pet for free. If you're worried about money, there are a lot of different ways you can go about that. There are jobs that you can take. I know some people that travel and just work on farms, and they work on the farm and they're given lodging and food. And so they just get to travel to all these different places and work on these organic farms. If that's your thing, if you like farming, do that. Find other people that want to travel and cut costs a little bit that way. That's also a thing you can do. It is possible. It might be difficult. There might be a lot of problem solving. But if you set the thing you want to do as a thing you have to do, the pieces will fall into place. Because if you think of every sharp turn your life has ever taken, things that were not in your control, you had no choice but to figure it out. And you did. You're here. You're okay. You made it through. You can do that by choice for what you want to do. I'm sure you're proud of yourself for the things that you have gotten through. You should be. Imagine being proud of yourself for doing the stuff that you want to do because you made it happen. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more episodes. Also, I am an artist. I have some stuff in my shop that you should check out. I also have a mail club, and for only $5 a month, I will send you a postcard, a little sticker, and a side quest. And it's new art every single month. And now is the thing that I always tell you, which is to get off of your phone. Go live your life. It is beautiful. Go make things happen. I know you can. This is your opportunity to leave this box that you are trapped in right now. Get that thing unstrapped from your hand. It feels stuck, right? Sometimes. You are free to live your life. Go outside. Do something outside, even if you're just sitting on the ground. I love you. Get off your phone. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.